guys, this is great time to learn Java. Introduction to Java, a complete blueprint for beginners. If you don't know anything, you will get to know something in Java. Okay, so understand the architecture. What does it mean? Decode how Java bridges the gap between human readable code and physical hardware. So we'll get to know how high level language like human written language still machine is able to understand. That is what we are going to understand in this. Okay, how we are writing the code, how it's compiling into the machine language. So those things we are going to see in this understand architecture. Okay, explore the ecosystem, map where Java operates across the modern technology landscape and industry. Map the journey, follow the strategic step-by-step roadmap. Like that in this you will see the roadmap and what are the things we have to know in Java. So those things we are going to understand. Syntax to advanced concept. Okay, let's see. So what is Java? Java is high level language, Java is object oriented, Java is platform dependent. What is meaning of it? So high level language, that as a human we can't write machine language. What is machine language? 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 1 0, something like this is called machine language. And that if you write 7 in machine language, that is binary, that 1 1 1, so it is very difficult. If you write 7, it is like 1 1 1. If something like this, if you're writing one syntax, it will be like huge code. So that is what we can't write and we can't understand that. So machine code can be understood by machine only. So what we can understand, we are learning from when we were childhood, that time itself we started to learn ABCD, right? That is what we are using in high level language. By using that alphabets, we are writing some syntax, some logical aspects, some business logics. Those things we are writing, and later on it that is able to understand by machine. How? By compiler. So that is the high level. Okay, what is object oriented? Java support object oriented. What is object oriented? Organize software design structurally, that around modular data and objects rather than sequential function. What is meaning of it? Let it be simple. To implement the real world entity in programming language, that is object oriented. You have a car and the function of car, there is characteristics of car, attributes of car like a 4-wheel and all those things we are declaring in classes. That is object oriented. Okay, so simple thing is, if we are implementing the real world entity in programming language, that is object oriented. And next, Java is platform independent. What is meaning of it? Yeah, that was the big problem. Due to that only Java comes into the picture. Okay, so what is platform independent? The definition of it is, we can write a Java source program in any computer, any systems, and by using that compiler we are converting it into bytecode. That bytecode can be run anywhere, whether it is macOS, whether it is Linux, whether it is Windows. It can be run anywhere. That is what meaning of platform independent. Okay, see, what was the problem in 1990s? There was a problem. What was the problem? Like before Java. Okay, so if people are implementing any softwares, there was the hardware fragmentation. That particular software was capable for particular hardware only, and if they want to use some different source code on different hardware systems, that time they need to write some different, again they have to write the code and all and have to install and all. So there were a lot of fragmentation, there were a lot of setups and all. Huge you can say that impact. There was too much cost was increasing. As of now, that's the thing. If you are developing one software, that software can be run anywhere, in system can be accessed. So how it is easy? If one particular software is for particular machine only, it is difficult, right? If some other person want to use, for them we have to implement some other software. So that was the problem. Okay, here you can see in this in the slide. Okay, so in 1995, actually Java was they implemented in 1991 itself, but they released in publicly 1995, I think so. Yeah. So what was the architecture unifications? James Gosling, who was at Sun Microsystems, they developed language called OEC in 1991. After the 1990s, in 1991 they developed this language, but the project originally was named, see here you can see that there was OEC only, and when it came into the internet, they faced the challenges like naming conflict. Already OEC name was existing some of the companies, so they changed into Java in 1995. Okay, so there was the evolution in Java in this. Next you see, what was the philosophy of the Java? So philosophy of the Java, what was the problem? The problem was, if you're writing any code in one system, that code was capable to run in that particular system only, we can't run that code in other system. Again we have to run and all do everything from that starting. So that was the problem. So here in Java, what they did, they follow one principle, like you can say the philosophy, WORA, that is called write once, run anywhere. What is meaning of it? So if you're writing code, here you can see the all pair diagram was what? This is the all pair diagram. People were writing, if it is window, people were writing code for window only. If it is macOS, people were writing code for the macOS only. If it is Linux, people were writing code for the Linux only. Okay, they were not able to write code in Linux and run into the macOS. That was the problem. So what Java did, means, if you're writing source program in Java, and by using that compiler, see it is here, it is compiler, that compiler converting it into the bytecode, that bytecode can be run anywhere. Okay, anywhere in the sense means whether it is Windows, whether it is macOS, whether it is Linux, so it can be run anywhere. That was the philosophy. Like philosophy was what? Write once, run anywhere. Okay, hope you understand. Let's see next slide. Architecture steps. Let's see the architecture, which was initially I explained you what we are going to learn in this, right? So the translator in this, see here we have the source code, that is called myprogram.java. We have written some of the programming. Suppose we written hello world program. Okay, by using that source code, we will use compiler. That compiler will convert that source code into bytecode. So what the source code extension was .java. Here you can see myprogram.java. Once we pass through this compiler, the compiler converted this source code into a bytecode, that is myprogram.class. That means source code, Java source code extension is .java and bytecode extension is .class. Okay, just remember this. And next step, second step of the architecture is the engine. So that bytecode, okay, that bytecode we can pass any machine, in any machine where we have installed this JVM, and that bytecode we are passing into the JVM, and JVM is converting that bytecode into the machine code, and that machine code can be understood by machine, definitely. Okay, so what happened here in architecture? Okay, first here you see we have written this source program in Java. Compiler, by using that compiler we have converted it into bytecode. That bytecode is .class file. Okay, and that bytecode is like that bytecode we have passed it into JVM, and what JVM did, JVM converted it into machine code, and that machine code can be used by machine. Simple things. Okay, let's see the anatomy of Java. Core features. What are the core features of Java is? Okay, simple and widely used. Why it is simple and why it is widely used? You know that I think more than 90% of market Java is using. Okay, and simple. Why it is simple means, if you initially you are learning C, C++, and Java syntax is exactly same. Okay, there is like syntax is same. Some of the terminology is different, but syntax is same. Okay, that is what it is simple for. Okay, and it is platform independent. I have explained we can run Java program. We can create Java software in any one system, and after that we are compiling, and that compiler giving this bytecode. That bytecode can be run in any machine. That is the Java platform independent. Robust, featured automated garbage collection and strict memory management. That is the robust. Multi-threading means having the that native capabilities for handling the multiple concurrent tasks. What is meaning of we can run simultaneously multiple threads, okay, and that is that is used to utilize the CPU, like the CPU utilization. We are increasing the CPU utilization by using the multi-thread, okay, and that is secure, of course. If it is secure and execute safely inside the protective JVM sandbox, okay. And next we have this object oriented features and Java support. There is like concept of class, inheritance, abstractions, and what more, polymorphism. Those concepts we are learning on this. Real world development. Yeah, of course. What is meaning of it here means real world, like we are developing web and cloud infrastructure things. We are developing Android applications. We are developing enterprise and banking application. Those things is supporting by Java. Okay, that is what the Java ecosystem. So you can see, no, entire market is captured by Java. And we have some editions of Java. There is Java SC, that is called a standard edition. What is what was there in standard edition? There is core libraries, APIs, and desktop logic, the swings and all we have in this. Individual machines and foundational learning, the definitive starting point for all developers. Another edition is Jakarta Enterprise, that is the enterprise edition. So in that we have the large scale distributed system and web services, global corporate networks and server clusters, massive web APIs, and banking backends. Another edition we have this Java ME micro edition, which is using especially in IoTs. Okay, so that is what the embedded system and all we are using it in. And what is the roadmap which I have roadmap we can follow to learn the Java? Okay, for first level, let's see here, we can see this level 1. You have to learn variables and basic syntax. What are the things we can learn in this, like data types, how the conditions like if else is working, how the loops is working in. So those concepts we have to learn in this level 1. And once you are mastered in level 1, you can move through the level 2. In level 2, you can focus completely on object oriented, okay, class, inheritance, those topics and all. Once you master in oops, next you can move through the collection. That collection framework is beautiful concept. Of course, here we have this array list, headset, HMap, stack entry, all those is available directly by using the input. You can use, like you can use that. You can feel the power of Java in that. Okay, this is what the collection framework it is. You are not going to write any data structure from very basic. Already it is there, you have to just use that. So that is what you can learn in level 3. Level 4, you can learn modern features, that is lambda functions and streams. So again, it is beautiful concept which is launched in Java 8. Okay, of course. So one of the best features, you can say lambda function and streams, which is widely using in the enterprise and all, and company and all people are using. Even I use these features every day. And next you can see this multi-threading and concurrency. Of course, this is the little advanced features you have to learn on. It is in level 4. So that is what you can focus on to learn the core Java. Okay, once you are a master in this, and you can move other things in Java, like you can learn Spring Boot and all this Kafka, those things. If you want to learn, you can go through. So this is the roadmap particularly focused on Java only. So here what are the things we have seen? We have seen this architecture, like how source code is compiling into the bytecode in machine. So those things we have seen, and we've seen the ecosystem, like we have this Java SC, Java EE, and micro edition of the Java. And next we see the journey, like how we can start from the very basic variables, and we can move, like achieve the multi-threading concept. So those things we seen that journey. Okay, So ready to write first line of codes, right? So we'll see next time. Okay, so here this line you can write, I will not write. Okay. Okay, bye bye, see you in next video.
राजीव तलवार को अगर आप प्यार नहीं कर सकते, राजीव तलवार को अगर एक लाइक नहीं कर सकते, तो आपसे बड़ा बेवकूफ, मूर्ख और गधा कोई नहीं है।